Hi, I'm Lynda, and welcome to Cooking with Tyrrell County Public Library. Today is Shrove Tuesday, or Shrove Tide. Do you have any idea what that is? I had no clue, but the other morning I was scrolling through my Facebook feed and I saw the title on one of my pages that I follow, and I decided to follow it through to see what it was. This is mostly celebrated not in the US, but in England. And when I did my research, what I found out was this. Shrove Tuesday, or Pancake Day, is the day before Lent begins. Eggs and fat were not eaten during Lent, so they had to be used up, and pancakes were the traditional way of doing this. It was often a time of great festivities before the fasting and penance during Lent. So we thought at the library that it would be fun to actually go and make some pancakes. Now, rumor has it that this legend came about from a woman who was running late for church, and she was trying to fry up some pancakes and get there in time. And there's actually her flipping pancakes as she's running to church with her family. Now, I'm not quite sure how that would happen because you need a flame to make the pancakes. But if you were to look into this further, you will see in England they actually have races of people flipping pancakes as they're running from one line to the next. I don't know if I'm going to get brave enough in this video to attempt to flip a pancake, but in the meantime, I'm going to show you one of the pancakes that I found, pancake recipes I found online, and we're going to try and make some pancakes for Shrove Tuesday. Let's get cooking. The sun grows bolder, warmth returns, for light and pancakes my heart yearns. Assist me please today I ask, that we may feast in springtime bask. The ingredients that we need today are 1 cup of whole spelt flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 egg, and 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of buttermilk. I am choosing to put some walnuts in, so if you choose to put nuts in, just make sure they're chopped small enough to your liking. Okay, so let's get started here. I'm hoping that you can see all of this fairly well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to put the egg in. Try not to make a huge mess. Okay, and we are going to beat the egg. Okay, there you have it. And next we are going to add all of the dry ingredients. So 1 teaspoon, now I've got a half a teaspoon here. My teaspoon is actually missing. So we're gonna put in 2 of these. Okay. And then we're gonna do a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And then we are going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. And then 1 tablespoon of sugar. Typically I like to use the coconut sugar, but I happen to be out of that, so now we're going to be using that. And then a cup of spelt flour. Now my cup measurement is actually being used right now for the buttermilk. I did not have buttermilk, so I ended up having to use some oat milk, and I put a tablespoon of white vinegar in there. Okay, so that's a half a cup. And that makes a cup. Okay. I'm going to mix this up a little bit, and now I'm going to add my buttermilk. So this has been sitting for 10 minutes, and all it is oat milk with a tablespoon of white vinegar to let it curdle. Okay, and we're just going to mix it up here. I always keep pecans and almonds chopped up in a little baby food jar. And so when I need nuts, it's always available to us. So I'm probably going to put in about half of the nuts that we have in here, in this jar. Glad I've just filled that up today. Okay, so there is our pancake mixture. And we are going to let it sit for a few minutes, and we are going to heat the griddle. Okay, so let me give you an idea. I'm turning the flame about medium hot. I've got my skillet on there. I'm using avocado butter. Sometimes I use spray, but I read something really interesting that when you use butter, it actually, I'm going to turn that down, it's bubbling already, that the pancakes actually get crisper. So I'm going to go with the butter route this time. I'm waiting for it to bubble good. And then my way of scooping out pancakes typically is using a quarter cup measurement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on here. See, it didn't sizzle, so the pan is not ready yet. So we're just going to let that one go. Maybe I'll put it right over the flame so you can see it there. Okay. There we go. Now we're starting to bubble. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a couple on here. I honestly cannot imagine running and trying to flip these as I go. So now we are going to look for some bubbles, and the bubbles will tell us when it's ready to flip. While that's happening, I wanted to give you a little bit more history. Before the Christian era, the Slavs believed that the change of season was a struggle between Tyrrell, the god of vegetation, fertility, and springtime, and the evil spirits of cold and darkness, and that they had to help Tyrrell in his worthy efforts. The whole celebration of the arrival of spring lasted a week, and a large part of this was making and eating pancakes. The hot round pancake symbolizes the sun, and the Slavs believed that eating pancakes they got power, light, and warmth of the sun. So that's a little bit of history thrown in here with the national holiday of Pancake Day, or Shrove Tuesday. Another thing is the religious association of Shrove Tuesday began because of the day preceding Ash Wednesday presented an opportunity to use up rich foods such as eggs, milk, and sugar before the fasting season of the 40 days of Lent. The Christian liturgical fasting encouraged eating plainer foods and avoiding foods that would give pleasure, namely meat, dairy products, and eggs. Oh, we got some bubbles popping up, but I'm not seeing enough to justify flipping it yet, and the ends of the pancake are not brown. So with that, I'm going to give you a little bit more history. The name Shrove Tuesday derives from the practice of the Anglo-Saxon Christians going into confession the day before Lent and being shriven or absolved of their sins. A bell would be rung to call people to confession, which became known as the pancake bell, and it is still rung today. Pretty interesting. Oh, I'm seeing some brown, so let's give that first one a flip and see Oh, there you have it. The first one's over. This one still needs a little bit more. So how about if we go into a little bit more history on Shrove Tuesday? Did you know that it's a movable date on the Christian calendar, as it always falls 47 days before Easter Sunday? So it has to vary from year to year. Now, the typical English pancake is thinner, and it's served immediately after frying it up, and it's usually served in golden syrup or lemon juice and castor sugar. Their pancakes are more like crepes. Ours are bigger and fluffier. So you are not getting an English version, you're getting a big fluffy American version. The tradition of tossing or flipping them is also very old. Here's a quote from Pascal's Palin from 1619, and it says, "Every man and maid dough take their turn and toss their pancakes up for the fire they burn." This information we gathered at the library through the Britain magazine. They had some information about Shrove Tuesday and all the information you need to know. The bubbles are going pretty well on this one, so I'm going to flip it. Ooh, that one's nice and crispy. Look at that. And I think this one might be ready to come off. Let's give that another minute. So I am going to sit here and continue making my pancakes. My child has requested some mini chocolate chips in them, so when I plate it up, I will show you some of the traditional ones as well as our more modern version. So some of the information that I read to you today while I was whipping these pancakes was from my own personal copy of Festivals, Family, and Food. We have got a lot of cookbooks and books about holidays around the world at the library. We'd love for you to stop in and grab a book and visit with us. The library also hosts a Holidays Around the World once a month. We have past ones. If you request them, we're more than happy to send them to you. And we try to show what holidays are like that we celebrate here and how they do it around the world. Happy Shrove Day or Pancake Day, and may you step in, if you celebrate Lent, may you step into the holiday with many blessings. And we hope you come and visit us at the library. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tyrrell County Public Library, so you can be up to date on the programs and opportunities that we are offering. Also, keep an eye on our Facebook page, because there we post our monthly calendar at the start of the month, as well as programs and our videos from YouTube. And you can be up to date on some of the programs that we are offering to our community. Thank you very much for watching Cooking with Tyrrell County Library and our Shrove Day, and or in other words, our Pancake Tuesday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.